This is Dr. Gerhauser, and thanks for joining me in the final session on uncovering the new paradigm in restoring vitality and for preventive medicine. Now, first, I want to give thanks to those brilliant minds that have broken through the barriers that stifle advancement in medicine. Now, there's too many of these doctors to mention here, but in particular, I'd like to thank Drs. Eck and Dr. Wilson. Now, in previous sessions, we've identified many of the causes of poor health and fatigue. Today, we'll try to answer general questions about what this program can do. Now, first off, common question B, what is hair analysis? Well, hair tissue mineral analysis tests for 21 nutritive and toxic minerals. It's a screening test that measures the mineral content of your hair. The mineral content of your hair reflects the mineral content of the body's tissues. If a mineral deficiency or excess exists in the hair, it usually indicates a mineral imbalance within the body or biounavailability. Health conditions which may result from or be aggravated by a mineral imbalance include depression, hypoglycemia, hyperactivity, headaches, depression, arthritis, hair loss, anemia, thyroid disturbance, prostate disorders, obesity, digestive disturbances, diabetes, musculoskeletal disorders, cardiovascular disease, skin rashes, emotional problems, allergies, and more. Now, hair analysis also provides pertinent information about your oxidation type or rate, energy levels, carbohydrate tolerance, stage of stress, nervous system balance, heavy metal toxicity, kidney and liver stress, adrenal and thyroid activity, your immune system, trends for physical, mental, and emotional conditions, and many more. Now, why test your hair for minerals? Well, minerals are the spark plugs of life. They're involved in all enzyme reactions in the body. Without enzyme activity, life doesn't exist. Most of our modern day healthcare concerns are at least partially caused by inadequate minerals in our body. Now, who needs a hair analysis? Well, anyone who's ill and no explanation can be found, or when the cause seems to be found but the therapy is not completely effective. Hair analysis can be used as a preventative tool, revealing imbalances even before any health conditions become manifest. Hair analysis opens up a whole new vista for the solving of health ailments by recognizing your biochemical individuality. Now, a good question you might be asking yourself is, what are the common causes of a mineral imbalance? Well, improper diet is a common one, such as excessive intake of refined carbohydrates and sugars, strict vegetarian diets or other exclusive diets, taking vitamins and minerals that aren't compatible with your current body chemistry, often medications and birth control pills, hidden infections, stress and emotional disturbances, the accumulation of toxic metals in the diet and from the environment and your job or hobby, and the inheritance of toxins and mineral patterns from your parents. Now, another common question is, how is hair analysis interpretation and nutritional balancing completely different from drug medicine, even holistic medical care, naturopathy, homeopathy, herbs, chelation therapy, hormone therapy, and those other alternative medicine practices? Well, first, it uses whole systems thinking. Now, we always view the body as one complex, self-regulating whole system rather than the current medical paradigm and many of the holistic therapies. They often view our bodies as a collection of somewhat unrelated parts. Now, secondly, there's a strong focus on the newer causes of illness. Nutritional balancing understands the major health challenges of this century. Conventional medicine either ignores those or often worsens the major health challenges of today which includes the mineral deficiencies that we have and the extremely toxic food supply and the diets of refined and processed foods, chemically laden foods, and our unhealthful lifestyles, eating habits, and levels of toxic metals and toxic chemicals that are in the air and water. In fact, they're up to 1,000 times higher than ever before recorded in human history. Now, there's also dozens of viral, bacterial, parasitic, and other infections, and these respond poorly to the medical drugs. There's levels of ionizing radiation that have never before been recorded in history. Electromagnetic pollution, never before experienced by humans, and more stuff that we're exposed to. Now, the current medical system also creates more illness due to vaccinations and suggesting that you take thousands of toxic medications, including the over-the-counter drugs. These weaken the body and the mind. Now, third, this is a wellness-based system rather than an illness-based one. Now, the current allopathic model believes that health is the absence of finding a health condition. To assess health, tests are run to find health conditions. If none are found, a person is pronounced healthy. Now, this model has serious flaws because people who are labeled as healthy suddenly develop cancer, heart disease, stroke, and many other conditions. Conventional medicine offers artificial health. This is where people may look healthy and they might be labeled as healthy, but they require the constant assistance of medical exams, tests, procedures, remedies, surgeries, because they're prone to hundreds of medical problems. Nutritional balancing focuses on the wellness model of healthcare, which is a state of high resistance to all illness. Nutritional balancing can easily move a person from a state of artificial health to a state of high resistance to most health conditions. This is done by focusing on a healthy diet, proper drinking water, rest and sleep, nutritional supplements, detoxification to remove toxins from the body, and techniques to remove emotional stress. Now, fourth, this system has a thoroughly preventive and predictive focus. The present medical system isn't interested in prevention or wellness. Instead, the focus is on finding illness and secondary prevention, and that's the early detection of health conditions. Nutritional balancing is all about primary prevention, which is the complete avoidance of all illness. Conventional medicine uses blood tests and x-rays and other tests to detect health conditions. Now, subtle stress isn't apparent in the blood because the minerals are kept in balance, but the tissues suffer. But by the time the imbalances are found in the blood, it's often too late in the development of a health condition. Hair analysis can identify the beginnings of health conditions, often many years in advance of any other method. The imbalances can then be corrected, and you completely prevent the development of illness. Now, the fifth reason this method is better is the common sense priority in health: first, do no harm. Postmodern medical care is not safe due to medications, side effects, vaccines, surgery, and in the study that I mentioned earlier, the healthcare system actually appears to be the leading cause of death. Nutritional balancing, on the other hand, is extremely safe, and it's safe for the following reasons. Well, it proposes a healthy diet and lifestyle. It balances your body chemistry by balancing the minerals in the cells of the body and balancing the mineral patterns in the hair. The nutritional products are safe, and we have the ability to predict and even prevent major illnesses. It balances the mind and emotions. It removes toxic metals to a much lower level that's possible with other methods such as chelation. Toxic metal removal in the body's own order of timing is much safer than the use of drugs or other harsh methods. Removing hundreds of toxic chemicals adds even more safety. Now, with this program, nutrients are never forced into the body intravenously, and rarely are megadoses of vitamins or minerals given. And you can monitor the results with regular hair tests, and this adds another layer of safety. Now, trends or tendencies for 50 or more conditions can be detected and monitored easily, and it doesn't require the use of less safe methods such as drugs, most surgeries, most herbs, the ionic foot baths, drinking alkaline water, the chelators of all kinds that are out there, most hormone replacement therapies, and the drinking of salt water. Now, sixth, as far as safety, this system has an ability to correct many latent or subclinical health conditions at deep levels. Conventional medicine cannot correct the latent, and that's the unseen or unfelt conditions, or subclinical stages of say, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, and other conditions, because they must wait until the patient has the ailment. And this is often very late in the process. Seventh is the low cost. Drug-based medical care is very expensive due to the following reasons. Now, sick population, because the medical system does not really heal people at a deep level. And also there's the toxicity of drugs and radiation and surgery. It causes more sickness and disability. Now, dangerous methods cause very high legal costs, including malpractice and the use of defensive medicine. Now, another factor is a cartel or a small group of organizations runs the entire system. And then next, there's a lack of true primary prevention and prediction of illnesses. And this causes millions of unnecessary health conditions. Now, the government gets involved, and this adds billions in the costs. And this is due to lobbying fees for government officials at all levels of the government. Nutritional balancing is low cost due to using hair analysis initially, as this is a less costly method of assessment. Then we use much less costly natural products instead of most drugs. It removes mineral imbalances at deep levels. It's focusing on primary prevention. And, as we said before, it's much safer. Now, eighth, this is an integration of mind and body rather than separating them. The current medical paradigm separates health conditions of the mind from those of the body. And actually, a different set of professionals specialize in each of them. Nutritional balancing integrates the mind and body because we recognize that all nutritional imbalances affect the body and the brain. Toxic metals and infections affect the body and the brain. Nutritional balancing offers exciting new ways to correct mental illnesses such as autism, ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and more without the use of drugs. Now, ninth, this system is balance and vitality oriented rather than focused on health ailment removal. Balancing the body and increasing its vitality are not spoken of much within the current medical system. And even with many holistic practitioners, nutritional balancing uses hair analysis to assess the balance of minerals in the cells of your body. We balance the mineral patterns and mineral ratios that we find on the hair test, which balances the minerals in the cells of your body. This leads to increased vitality in the body. When the vitality is increased, your body will remove health ailments in its own natural order and timing without the use of drugs. Drug-based medical care focuses on the health ailment and its removal, which completely ignores the underlying cause of the health condition and relies on blood and urine tests. The problem with urine and blood tests is they're subject to fluctuations, daily, even hourly, and this can be due to the last meal you had or how much water you just drank. Now, we believe balance in nutritional balancing means moderation and adding what is helpful and avoiding what is harmful. Now, lastly, there's a focus on mental enhancement or development, not just on the physical and the mental emotional healing. Now, in the current medical system, care ends when a person's health ailments or health conditions go away. And that's at the point where nothing more can be done for the patient. But in nutritional balancing, it allows for healing and care to proceed further by expanding our chakras. And that can lead to a long, healthy, and happy life, which Dr. Wilson has called spiritual development. Now, I get asked often, is heavy metal toxicity a cause of my health ailments? The hair mineral analysis test screens for toxic metals in the body, including lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, aluminum, and nickel. Presently, humanity is exposed to the highest level of toxic metals in recorded history, up to several thousand times higher than even just several hundred years ago, and this is due to industrialization. Many health conditions are simply heavy metal toxicity, and this factor contributes to almost any imaginable health ailment or condition, including cases of diabetes, cancer, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, heart disease, and many others. Additionally, hair analysis can reveal copper toxicity and what we call the three amigos: aluminum, manganese, and iron. Copper toxicity is one of the most commonly encountered imbalances that we find on hair tests that's a contributor to many health problems, including anorexia, fatigue, PMS, depression, anxiety, migraine headaches, allergies, childhood hyperactivity, and learning disorders. The principle of the three amigos is that if any one of these metals are present in excess on a hair analysis test, most likely all of them are present in excess in a biounavailable form that the body is unable to utilize. Iron toxicity, for example, is associated with inflammation, diabetes, hypoglycemia, prostate disorders, cancers, feelings of anger and rage, and infections. Manganese toxicity ailments include irritability, anxiety, emotional detachment, not enough joy in one's life, diabetes, cancer, and even criminality and psychopathic or sociopathic behavior. The danger of toxic metals in our environment is greatly aggravated due to low mineral content of our food supply and the contamination of our food supply. If you don't consume the preferred minerals in the diet, the body will pick up whatever toxic metals from the food, air, and water that get into your body and use them as substitutes. A key principle to remember: to have an abundance of essential minerals in your diet will protect your body against toxic metals. Now, the most frequent question I get is, why am I so tired? Now, according to hair analysis research, 70 to 80% of hair tests that are done show weak adrenal gland function. The adrenal glands sit at the top of our kidneys, and they produce over a dozen different hormones as they regulate our blood sugar, blood pressure, our salt levels, and our autonomic nervous system function. Now, one of the main health ailments of adrenal exhaustion is unrelenting fatigue. Now, other ailments that can be associated are low blood sugars, low blood pressure, sweets cravings, aches and pains, and often recurrent or chronic infections. Now, there are many indicators on a properly performed and correctly interpreted hair analysis that will reveal this condition. and how your adrenal glands are performing. Every aspect of our nutritional balancing programs are designed to build vitality, and this is through reducing the exposure to toxins, correcting the diet and eating habits, increasing oxygenation and hydration of the body, balancing your oxidation rate, meditation, and improving the eliminative systems of the body and our cells through detoxification methods such as near-infrared light sauna and coffee enema therapies. So, you might then ask, is hair analysis a valid basis for evaluation of a person's chemistry? Well, blood and urine tests provide important information about a person's biochemical status, but they only evaluate the fluids in the body. The problem is that a vast majority of biochemical functions actually take place inside the cells themselves. Of course, we can't conveniently take snippets out of various organs in your body in order to evaluate what's going on in the cells. But there are cells that are conveniently available to us. That's the cells of the hair. Now, through extensive research and correlation of data, it's been established that there are reliable relationships between the levels of minerals in the hair and other tissues of the body. Therefore, analysis of the mineral content of an individual's hair can provide us with a general blueprint of the mineral content in the rest of the body's tissues. These minerals are crucial to the functioning of enzymes, hormones, and other biochemical systems, which sustain life itself. It's possible to read this blueprint and see where our metabolic patterns are deviating from what's optimal. Now, another benefit of hair analysis is that it can be used to assist in pinpointing the development of metabolic disorders, often before the health ailments manifest themselves. Now, while mineral imbalances in the body do eventually show up in the blood serum, they usually don't do so until the condition is so advanced that the individual is often experiencing overt illness. Hair analysis allows us to determine that an imbalance exists, and before the imbalance manifests into a disturbance or a health ailment, we can correct it. Now, therefore, this imbalance is corrected through nutritional balancing programs, even before you're sick or you suffer from a health metabolic condition. Now, I know this sounds too good to be true, but I can tell you, based on my own experience and those of thousands of patients, that this is the medical breakthrough that you've been waiting for. It cannot be replicated by any other system of healthcare or preventive medicine. Mainstream medicine, because of the multitude of sacred cows, will never embrace it or even understand it. So my advice is, don't wait for them. Now, right now, for a limited time, you can join the naturalfoodsdiet.org membership site and get all the details of the program at no cost. We have instructional videos and articles on every aspect of the program, from diet to detox to supplements to mental training, and as to what you need to avoid to stay healthy. Now, if you decide to go to the next level and have your hair analyzed, then myself, along with the help of Dr. Wilson, will devise an individualized program that will give you the most profound health information imaginable. It's a how-to guide to rebuild your health and vitality. You have nothing to lose and vitality to gain. If you have more questions or need some help in ordering a hair analysis, please call the number below. This is Dr. G. Thanks so much for watching.